Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to a place for healthy conversations. I am Kim, also known as Ms. Empower, and I'm always excited to log on a Tuesday and do a Let's Talk About It Tuesday discussion. So tonight's discussion is about sabotage, and I'm going to give a few more minutes for a few more people to enter the room so that we can have this discussion. Thank you for logging on early. If you want to make a comment, just to let me know where you're watching from, that would be awesome. Hey, cousin Rail. Hey, Gail. Thanks for logging on with me. So, you guys know tonight this is our first night on YouTube with Let's Talk About It Tuesday. I'm super excited. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out last night's premiere episode. It was about hearing the sound of, I love you. And we jumped into a really good conversation about that. Hey, Angela, thanks for logging on with me tonight. So I'm super excited, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So our conversation tonight, we're talking about sabotage. You know how we like to self-sabotage stuff, right? I have a whole good discussion for you guys. Jump in at any time, make your comments. I'll read them. One more thing I wanted to announce: a place for healthy conversations. We'll be accepting letters. So in relation to relationships or family dilemmas. And so you can send that. You can say, Dear Ms. Empower, and send that to msempower@gmail.com. And that's MZZ as in zebra, empower@gmail.com. So I'm looking forward to my first letter so that I can read that on a Tuesday night. Um, I'm super excited about this conversation, guys, because there is so much self sabotage everywhere. So we know that when you self sabotage, you destroy something on purpose, Um, and I feel like it's intentionally done. Maybe something can be self sabotaged unintentionally. Maybe you unintentionally do it. But tonight we're talking about when you intentionally self sabotage something. So let me give a great example because we really focus a lot on relationships, family, and just how to build our community to be better, be healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I decided to come up with an example dealing with a relationship. So let's say you're in a great relationship, but you start creating problems that don't even exist, right? And it's too good to be true in your mind. And you're also absolutely standing there or sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Because in your mind, it just is too good to be true. So you start self sabotaging by just doing little things that will make the relationship end. Or so you can say, I knew this was too good to be true. So have you all ever experienced that before? Or if you have another example, you can definitely put that in the comments as well. But there's a lot of self sabotaging out here. I'm gonna try to see, can I make myself a little taller tonight? So we know that there's a lot of self-sabotaging. It's not just with relationships. It can be with a job. Let's say it was your career, and you self-sabotage it. Instead of going to work and doing your job, you don't do your job. And you're doing it because in your mind you're not even worthy of this. Or let's say you don't go after a job because you don't feel like you're worthy. And you have all the credentials, you have the degrees, you have the experience, you have this in the bag, but in your mind you're not worthy to go after this. So you self-sabotage. You just decide not to go on the interview, right? Or let's say you go on the interview, but you do something else to keep yourself from getting that job. There's a lot of that going on. So we're going to go move forward. Um, so the reason that people self-sabotage is, sometimes it's low self-esteem. It's your negative self, because we have a lot of, we can have negative thoughts and things just going on within you. And, it could come from trauma, past traumas. Um, and then there's negative emotions. Some people are just negative people. And a lot of times it just comes from just different things that people have experienced in their lives. And maybe throughout the years, they never had opportunity to get the help. Maybe that was never an option. Maybe that was never presented to them. So they took that into adulthood. And here we are, we're self sabotaging. So we're going to talk more about self-sabotaging. Angela says, I have definitely self-sabotaged at work. And, that happens to so many of us. We self-sabotage in some type of way. And there's a reason in your mind, so to you it makes sense, but to somebody else it may not make sense. So there are 5 types, right? So let's see if you guys have experienced any of these. So the first one is procrastination. I can raise my hand to that. Like, I have procrastinated so many times throughout life, it made no sense. It's like, why are you procrastinating? Why don't you just get up and do whatever it is that you know that you need to do? Why are you putting that to the side when you know you can just go ahead and do that right now? But you can. And then this was the sad thing. There were times where I justified why I was procrastinating, and then I'll do something like, okay, I'll put it on my calendar that I'm gonna do it on this day, and that satisfied me, right? Makes no sense. So Gail says procrastination is me too. And it's just like, if I'm me sitting here talking to you guys about my procrastination issues that I have, it just makes no sense as I even hear myself saying it. And especially the part of, okay, I can put it on the calendar like 2 days later or the next week that I'm going to do it. And that would satisfy me in that procrastination. So that's just, procrastination is stalling. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I did not turn my light on, so I know my lighting might not be the best. I hope that's better. I apologize for that. So the second type is perfectionism. Okay, so that's where everything has to be perfect. Like, I've worked with a person that was like that, and it was really hard to work with them because no matter what you did, it just wasn't right to them because it wasn't perfect in their eyes, and it had to be perfect through their lens. And you don't know what's in their lens. You can't see in through their eyeballs. Like, come on, guys. Hey, lucky lady, thanks for joining us tonight. So, yeah, so perfectionism. Has anyone ever experienced that, or are you that person? Are you that person, or have you experienced that before? Okay, so let's go to the next one until there's a comment up there. Self Self-criticism. How many of you are so hard on yourselves? Like, I'm honest about it. I am so hard on myself. Um, I'll give an example. So last night, I did my live video, which was my premiere, and there was a word that I just could not get out of my mouth. And I said it twice, and after that second time, it was it. I was just like, forget it. And I tried so hard to try to edit that, but because I am new to YouTube, it would not let me be great. So it's out there. So that, I'm hard on myself. I find stuff. And I almost don't like to go back and look at my videos, but I do now. But there was a point it was a point after I first started doing lives or doing videos, I didn't like to go back and watch them because I would critique myself really hard. How about you guys? So I knew that was you, Shanika, girl. I see your face. I see that beautiful face of yours. Angela, you said better. Sherelle said, I would rather do it myself. Right. So, like, you are that person that you don't want somebody else to do it. You rather do it yourself because you know it'll get done the way you want it. Okay. I might have a little bit of that. I never thought about that. I think it's when I think about rearranging my furniture in the house or cleaning up something. I'd rather do it my way, do it myself because I want it done my way. Because I feel like if somebody else does it, I'm gonna come behind them and say, maybe you should have did it like this. So maybe y'all do have a little bit of that. I didn't think about that. So Gail says, when you're trying to be so perfect, you're covering up issues you should be dealing with. Absolutely. Just throw me up out there like that, Gail. I thought we was cool. I thought we was closer than that. So okay. Let me see. Resisting change. How many of you have been on a job and you worked for them for years and then they came up with this whole change of a system that now whatever system you were working, that's null and void, and you're jumping into something new. So now you got to learn a new system, learn new terms, and you got to learn how to do your job all over again in this new system. And you just felt like, this is just too much. Like, why can't they keep it the same? Because there are people like that. I know there were people, because we recently changed our system a couple of years ago, and people went ahead. Some people, they retired because they're like, you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to, have to do all of this stuff all over again. This is just too much, learning all this new stuff. I'm trying to keep up with y'all comments. Right. So, hold on, guys. So we got resistant change. So it's almost like you get in that comfort zone. Oh, I meant to put my phone on do not disturb. You get in that comfort zone and you were so comfortable with the way everything was, you don't want to change. So Real says, makes me mad, especially if it doesn't make sense to me. Right. It's when something changes, yeah, you have to learn that new, whatever it is in your life. And some people just don't like change. I can't say I don't like change, but there has been times that I was on vacation, and when I came back, they changed different things about my job because they couldn't do it the way that I was doing it. Right? So they changed it to suit themselves. So now I got to learn how to do what they didn't change. For what? So that's frustrating to me. But just a simple change, well, not simple, a change in the company, like a new system. Okay, I go with the flow. But it is something it's like you come out your comfort zone. Something you've been used to, now everything is changing. Right. So Rail said, but of course I adapt. Shanika says, Sherelle, yes, I fought change. Oh God. So let me see, guys. Let me go on to this last one. Poor self-care. So that's another type. So sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. Like we don't want to go to the doctor, we don't want to go to the dentist, we don't want to go make sure that our numbers are right every year to make sure we're getting the right vitamins and eating the right foods, to help us, stay healthy. We don't want to do those things. So we don't take care of ourselves. And we put those things on hold. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll make an appointment. Make the appointment, and you never show up. So we sabotage things. And when you're not taking care of yourself health wise, then things start happening. You'll start feeling different things, and you'll ignore those little red flags, that pop up, and then something major happens. And so it's so important that we don't sabotage ourselves, guys. So those were the five. So again, it was procrastination, perfectionism, self criticism, resisting change, and poor self care. Now, how do we stop sabotaging? So let's talk about the first one. Boost your self awareness. So take time to get to know you. And I talked about this. Actually, it was on my Facebook page. We did Let's Talk About It Tuesday. I believe it was last Tuesday. We talked about um, just getting to know yourself within, learn different things about yourself. When this happens, this is what's going on with me. So it's important to just be self-aware of yourself. Take the time and get a journal, or log it in your computer or your electronic device, whatever you have, and just log in there just different things that you notice about yourself. And like I said, be self-aware, guys. It's important. um, Behaviors and thought processes. uh, Hold on, I'm sorry. So okay, let me go back. So it was boost your self-awareness. So okay, when I said write in the journal, just make sure you're writing about different behaviors and thought processes about yourself. Okay, so the second one is pay attention to negative behaviors. If you're noticing something um, that's negative within you, then you want to pay attention to that, because you want to get to the root of that and figure out, okay, why am I doing this? Because when I start thinking negative, I start getting off track, and I'm not doing things in the manner that I need to. Let me read the comments over here because I hate to get lost in those. Uh, so Shanika says she gets on her doctor's nerves. So that means that you go to your doctor. So that's a good thing. Shanika also says I get pissed off and said you don't give a mess a F. That's my self-sabotage. When you say you don't give a care about something, I get you. I get you. I think we all get there. Sometimes we don't give a care. Just depending on what it is. Hold on, guys. Sorry. So you want to pay attention to your negative behaviors and your thoughts, and then you want to make a decision. Is this hurting me or is this helping me? And that's the thing. Is it helping or hurting? Because for somebody else it might be helping them, and then somebody else it might be hurting them. So you can't pay attention to what other people do. You have to pay attention to yourself, because we are all different people. We think differently, we move differently, we are just different beings. Okay, so the third one is set meaningful goals and pair them with an action plan. So, how many of you have goals that you set at the beginning of 2022, but you didn't put anything behind it? You don't have a plan, so you haven't done anything with that goal. I talk about how important vision boards are, and how helpful that they are, because you actually get the time to think about what you want to do and put it on a board, which they have the cardboards, And then we have the dry erase boards, because I actually did the dry erase board this year, only because I like to change stuff sometimes. Maybe something changed for me that I had on there as a goal, or maybe I accomplished it. So now I want to take it off and I want to put something else in that place. With the dry erase board, you have more leeway to change up stuff and your board doesn't have to look a mess. And I think that's just what it was for me. I didn't want to mess up a cardboard that I put together, because with those, you're gluing things on. Um, and so if you take it off, it's going to be a mess. But there are other ways, like you can use the Velcro to put stuff on your boards as well. So let me know if any of you are interested in attending a virtual vision board party. I did one last month, I think it was. Might have been the beginning of February. And I'm planning to do another one, but I want to know that people are wanting that. So while we're speaking on that, let me stop real quick and say, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell so the next time that I do a live video or upload any video, you'll be notified right away. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and jump back into this. We're talking about how to stop sabotaging. Um, so now we're going to talk about make small changes. Sometimes we want to jump and make these huge changes and then we get overwhelmed and then we don't really put into it what we need to and we don't accomplish that goal, right? Or that change that we want to make. Do small things, do little bit at a time, make a list of things that you want to change and just do one at a time. And taking your time to make these changes in your life, it's probably something that if you took the time to put it on a piece of paper, it means something to you. So it's something that is important for you and it's worth taking that time to work on it and figure out what this change is that I'm going to make. You know what is it going to change for me? Take the time to think about that and go ahead and put it into action, but take your time. You don't have to rush and do stuff. Okay, so Shanika says, right, because all positive behaviors aren't good either. It can be exhausting. Absolutely, it absolutely can be exhausting. You get overwhelmed. Rail says, not this year. I set the goal and I have been going forward. So that's really good. Um, so did you write stuff down? Is it just in your head? Because sometimes we do just have it in our head. That's what we want to do. Um, but for me, I learned when I just keep it in my head, it's just in my head. If I have it written down on something, I'm going to want to go ahead and start working on something. Let me see. So Shanika says, I keep putting my vision board off. I'm not sure if I don't want to know or if I'm not willing to set up. So the next time that I do a vision board party, you should just attend, because my vision board parties, I really take the time to walk you guys through the whole process. And then I throw things out there for you to help you to think about those different things that you want to put on your board. And then Shanika, you're such a creative. I just think that you probably would add to the vision board party. So let's think about that. Um, so you planned it out in your head, yeah. And see, that was for me, that didn't work for me, but everybody is different. You have to do whatever works for you. So let me okay. So, like I was saying with the vision board party, I feel like when enough people come together, there was even an opportunity for you to testify about stuff as well, because you might be stuck and somebody else might have been stuck, but they did this and they got here. Sometimes hearing somebody else talk about something that you are going through helps you to get to that next step. So, let me see. The next one is show yourself love. I talk about that all the time. That is something that was really big for me this year in 2022. Not that I've never loved myself, but I feel like I didn't love myself enough because I was putting up with certain things. And so I went into 2022 saying, 2022 is all new for me. Okay. It's all new, and it's going to be more self love and more consistency. Let me see. Thank you. I actually like it better too. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Shanika. Okay, so the next thing is know and embrace your strengths. Because I'm telling you guys, so many of us have so many strengths, but we don't put them to use. We don't. We sit on them. We just stay in that little comfortable little space, and we don't move. And at some point, you got to come out your comfort zone, guys, and move forward. That's right, Gail. 2022 is all about me. Absolutely, girl. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Um, how many of you actually embrace your strengths before I go to the next one? Because it's really important that you do. And if you don't know what they are, take the time to just sit down and think. Sometimes it just takes, guys, you taking the time to sit down and just be quiet and just think you know and things will start to come to you. You will start to get things in your system. Hey, Felicia, thanks for logging on with me. I appreciate that, girl. That's my sister, y'all. Okay, let me go to this next one. Okay, guys, so the next one is practice mindfulness. About being fully grounded, we have to be fully grounded and present. We got to be present, right? When you are present, you can get so much done. Like when you're stuck in the past, it's hard to get in the present and do what it is that you're wanting to do. So we have to be here in the present. We have to get grounded and, pay attention to what is going on right now. Now, for me, when I look in the past, it is to remember where I was and then see where I am right now. So you got to stay grounded, guys. Um, and the last one on how to stop sabotaging. It doesn't hurt to go to a mental health therapist because they will help you. And also, we have life coaches out here that are skilled and ready and willing to help you guys get where it is that you're trying to go. I am a life coach as well. If you have any questions on that, you can send an email to msempower@gmail.com. That is MZZ as in zebra, empower@gmail.com. So now I wanted to do something special for you guys tonight. And one quick, let me look at the comments because I want to make sure I don't miss out. Um, Hold on. So, Shanika, you said yours are scary to you. Is it your visions for your vision board? They're scary to you? Well, we need to talk about that. Because a lot of times we self-sabotage because it's not that we can't do whatever it is that we want to do, but sometimes we are afraid to do whatever it is that we were wanting to do, that we initially told ourselves that we wanted to do, but we'll self-sabotage it because it's not that we think we're going to fail. It's like, okay, what if I don't fail and I succeed? Then what's next? And so you're saying yes. Um, I just say go for it. Pray about it and go for it. Go for it. I'm always transparent. With I call you guys my empowered friends. Um, I want to say it was like 5 years ago when God put this in my mind to start um, speaking to people. I didn't know it was going to be on social media. I didn't know that I was actually going to do it, but I did practice. And every time I would practice, I would record myself talk. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do this. And my mother passed. And when my mother passed, I don't know, everything about me changed. I just started, I had so much in my mind that I wanted to say, so many people that I wanted to reach out to and empower and help them. And here I am, like we're going on 5 years in November, right? It's been 4 years for Let's Talk About It Tuesday, 5 years for Healthy Hump Day. So now we have a place for healthy conversations, and we're just growing, we're moving, right? I never thought I would be here right now. And YouTube, like I talked about moving all my stuff to YouTube a few years ago, and then I talked myself out of it. I was like, no, maybe I'm not ready yet. So I told myself 2022 when I did my vision board, I put all my stuff on there. I'm going after everything that I put on that vision board. And I mean everything. I'm one day going to bring my board in here so you guys can see how big it is. And I'm going after everything. I have nothing to lose, right? So I just hope that helps somebody out there. So let me go. So now we're going to talk about saboteurs. So saboteurs are the voices in your head that speak those negative things to you and make you self-sabotage. It causes anxiety, stress, and all of that. When you're going after something, it's that voice that says, but remember they told you were dumb, or you remember they told you weren't worthy, you weren't good enough, that you'll never amount to anything. That's what that is. So I did a saboteur assessment today, and I'm going to give you guys the information to go out there and do it for yourself. But I just thought, since I did mine, I thought we kind of would discuss it a little bit. Um, One second. Hold up. Okay, because my phone is really acting like brand new over here. All right, y'all, don't judge me on my results over here. I don't mind sharing though. So we have how many categories? We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine categories. So we're gonna go with the first one, which is hyper achiever. And the highest score you can get is a 9 on here. I got a 7.5. And so it says dependent on constant performance and achievement for self respect and self validation, highly focused on external success, leading to unsustainable workaholic tendencies and loss of touch with deeper emotional and relationship needs. And when I say they just spoke the truth about me, I don't appreciate I don't appreciate all, but it's true. They said with characteristics is competitive, image and status conscious, and I think that comes with what I'm doing right now. Like I work hard to, achieve something. Hold on one second, because I don't like when I don't get to y'all comments. Okay, so Shanika, did I read that? These guys. Okay, so it says, "Main, my presence would rock some worlds." Well, come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Um, let me see. Okay, so your mom told you not to because of the perceptions. That's interesting. Oh, girl, I'm gonna reach out to you one day. Okay, okay. So let me go to the next one. Because we're gonna talk about, we definitely are gonna dive into abuse on this channel. There will be for those of you that didn't attend the premiere episode, there will be many conversations about things that we see in the community. We're domestic violence and abuse, all of that. We will be talking about that. The thing is, I want to help as many people as I can to be more healthy in their mind, their body, and their soul. So we have to talk about certain things in order to reach people, because some people are stuck in certain places in their mind because of the things that they've been through in their life. So they've dealt with traumas, you know, and just so much. And so I feel like my job is to bring certain topics just to so that we can discuss them, talk about them, and I can kind of help you kind of work through it, and just whatever I can do as Ms. Empower for you guys is what I'm trying to do. As you saw with self-sabotage, I gave you some things that you can think about, to help you stop doing that. So, ooh, they said I was good at covering up insecurities and showing positive image. Okay, I might want to jump off of that. They getting too deep in my stuff, y'all. So you saw, so the first one was hyperachiever, and I was 7.5. Um, and yeah, I am in that place in my life where I really am trying to achieve as much as I can in my career. Okay, so the next one is avoider. Focusing on the positive and pleasant in an extreme way, avoiding difficult and unpleasant tasks and conflicts. Yeah, I am definitely that person now. I was not always her. I used to be stuck in that negative place because I just had so much inside of me, that was negative that I had not dealt with. Um but I definitely wasn't positive. I was definitely negative. I was down in that pit, in that hole, and just didn't feel like I could ever get out of it. So um okay, so this is what it says. This is just too unpleasant. Maybe if I let it go, it will take care of itself. If I deal with this now, I will hurt her feelings. I'd rather not. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm tired of them. They all up in my business. So the next one is hyper vigilant. I got a 5.6 for that. It says continuous, intense anxiety about all the dangers and what could go wrong. Um, so it said always anxious with chronic doubts and self and others. Um, I got a 5.6. I definitely am guilty of this, but not to a full extreme is what I used to be. You said you can't see all the comments. I think they're starting to. Some of them going to disappear at the top. Um. Okay, guys. So the next one is controller 5.6. Anxiety based need to take charge and control situations and people's actions to one's own will. High anxiety and impatience when that is not possible. Oh my God, they read me tonight, y'all. 5.6. I'm telling y'all, 5 years ago would have been at 10. It wouldn't have been no 5 point nothing. And the highest you could get is 9, but it would have been a 10. So the next one is victim. Wow. I got a 5. Emotional and temperamental as a way to gain attention and affection. And extreme focus on internal feelings, particularly painful ones. Mm. If criticized or misunderstood, tend to withdraw, pout, and sulk. That used to be me, but they say a 5. Okay, so maybe that's good compared to what I used to be. Okay, y'all. Stickler, perfectionism, and a need for order and organization taken too far. Okay, I'm at a 5, so I don't think that's too bad. What y'all think? Y'all think that's bad? Um, Cause I mean, cause somebody else said, cause at first I was like, no, this is not me, but I've worked with people that was like that. But then somebody else said something. It might have been Shanika that said something, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I do have some of that. Oh no, was that who said that they? Oh, that's Rail. Rail said that she would rather do it herself, and that's me. In some cases, depending on what we're talking about. Okay, y'all. But I had a 5, so I'ma say that's not bad. Pleaser. I got a 4.4. Indirectly tries to gain acceptance and affection by helping, pleasing, rescuing, or flattering others. Loses sight of own needs and becomes resentful as a result. Ooh, wow. I'm glad it's a 4.4 because I ain't that type of bad. Um, has a strong need to be liked by people and attempts to earn it by helping, like they just said that up there. Helping, pleasing, rescuing, or flattering them. Mm, yeah, no. I just never consider myself a pleaser. Uh, Somebody said something because I don't see anything else. Actually, hold on, Shanika. Shanika, you was the last comment on here. Are you guys able to see the comments out there? Whose comment are you saying that you can't see? Because I see your comment was the last one, and I don't. Oh shoot. Uh, what does this do? I don't. Okay. Okay. Sherelle says she see. So so is Shanika the last comment that you see, lady? I'm sorry, Lucky Ladybird. Shanika, you might have to go out and come back in. I'm not sure. Okay, we're almost done with this part, guys. The one we just did was pleaser. Now we're doing hyper rational. So I got a 3.8, which means I would be intense and exclusive, focus on the rational processing of everything, including relationships, can be perceived as cold, distant, and intellectually arrogant. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm glad it's a 3.8 now because that would have been a 10 too 5 years ago. I'm just saying, I'm honest. I'm honest about it. So I didn't have some growth. Okay, 2.5 for this is the last one. Restless. Restless, constantly in search of greater excitement in the next activity or constant busyness. Rarely at peace or content with the current act. That's not me. That is not me. Let me tell y'all, I'm a mother of 3 grown children, right? I've been a mother since I was 19 years old. And now that my kids are grown and I'm empty nesting, uh no. If I don't have problems with that. 2.5. I'm glad it's a 2.5 cuz I don't have those type of issues. And even when I had kids, I didn't have problems with that. So that's the last one. So it would be hyper achiever, avoider, hyper vigilant, controller, victim, stickler. Sorry, because it's not letting me be great. Pleaser and hyper rational. And then the last one would be restless. So if you guys are interested in going out there and doing the assessment, let me go back so I can give you guys the What is going on? Why is it not letting me see? Maybe it'll let me see when I go to this page. So it's positiveintelligence.com. Trying to see. And then I don't know if you guys can see because I don't see it. But anyway, you can go there and do that. So you can just see where you are. Because self-sabotaging um it's not healthy, guys. Her name is Lucky Ladybird Real. You don't see her on there? Okay. So yeah, self-sabotaging is not healthy, guys. That's why I wanted to jump on here and talk about that topic with you all. Are there any questions or any statements? Nobody. This was me reading off my phone because I did the assessment earlier today. I don't see where anybody made a comment that said 2.5. So you would go to hold on. I think it was positive intelligence. Oh, I gotta go back to my email. Yeah, positiveintelligence.com and do the assessment for yourself, and then you'll get your results. Um, but I found it interesting. I was like, well, let me just go ahead and do this with um, my empowered friends, and I would just go ahead and tell my results. They was kind of stepping on my toes a little bit on a few things, but they was right. So okay, guys. So as always, guys, I enjoy having these conversations with you guys. I'm trying to see. So if there are any questions, please put them in the comments or just any comments. If you have not liked the video, please hit the like button. That really helps me, guys. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and click that bell so that you'll get the notification the next time that I go live or upload a video. I want to try more so doing live videos instead of recording videos because I like to interact with my audience. So I'll try to keep it on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. And occasionally I'm going to pop in on a Monday, but I'll put a flyer out there so you guys will know. Let me see. Okay. So let me see. Yesterday I got off of here and I was like, there was a lot of things that I did not say. So again, for those of you that were not on here earlier, um, there is a opportunity for you to write in and write to Ms. Empower. And you can send that email to msempower@gmail.com. That's MZZ as in zebra, empower@gmail.com. And you can write in about relationship or family dilemmas, and we'll discuss the letter. I'll read it and we'll discuss it, and just give some good advice as a group. So I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll have our first letter and ready to read on next Tuesday. Um, what else do I need to tell you guys? I think that may be it. Also, I want to share with you guys. I don't know if you can see my mug. It says, respect the power of positivity. This is my motto for this page, for this channel. This is a place for healthy conversation, and this is the place for us to respect positivity, and understand that you have the power to be positive. And when you are positive, it helps and it goes a long way. And it makes life better for you when you are in a more so a positive mindset than you are a negative. Things that I have done for myself, when I used to be in a negative mindset and I was really working on being a better person and being more positive, I put on positive music, things that, I like to listen to that inspire me. I watch um, inspirational videos, I read inspirational books. So, just you have to remember that it's important for you. We have to get in tune with ourselves and figure out what are the things that we can do for ourselves to keep ourselves on track and to continue being joyful, happy. I told myself once God gave me my joy, because for years I didn't have that. But once He gave me my joy, I would never allow anybody to steal it, and I'm going to protect it with everything in me. So I tend to do things that bring me the most joy in my life. Take the time to think about what brings you joy, and move towards it. Two things I want to introduce to you guys tonight. I didn't bring them in here with me. Um, I created a prayer box. So I write my prayers out, I put them in that box. I also create a positive thinking jar, or you can say blessing jar. So every time I received a blessing or something positive, I would write it on a sticky note and write the date and put it in the box. I mean, in the I have it like a glass jar that I use for that. And I would do it at the beginning of the year, but you can start now. And next year in 2023, you can pull them out, read those prayers, read those blessings, and just see how they coincide with one another. It helps to encourage you and just, get you to see that no matter what you're going through, God is still blessing, and it just gives you that inspiration. You get to actually see, oh, I put this prayer in this box, and then I was able to put this blessing or this positive note in this jar, and they coincide. You get to see all your blessings, because sometimes we actually forget about the things that we receive from God, that we consider blessings. We forget about them. So this gives you the opportunity to remember these things. So take the time, and actually next week I will bring my prayer box and my jar that I put my blessings in. It's very helpful. So I just want to encourage you guys to do that. We are positive on this channel, and as much as I can do to pour that into you guys, that's what I'll be doing. All right, guys. So, any other comments? Thank you, Shanika. I appreciate everyone who logged on tonight. You could have been anywhere else, but you took the time to stop here and to, join in the conversation. Um, Look forward to talking to you guys again on next Tuesday. And have a good night. Have a great weekend.